to tell us about a new treatment for COVID-19. So thank you so much for joining us. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
How are you? You doing well?
Yes, I am.
Good,
I am. I got my third shot. So
okay, great. No, I know so many people, especially with, you know, the new variant out right now, have so many questions. So just to start off, this is something we've been hearing about. What is monoclonal antibody infusions or treatment?
So it's a type of treatment for a specific disease. So when we think about antibodies, so antibodies are what our body produces when it is exposed to an antigen or something that it's not used to or not familiar with. So what our body does is it sends this little messenger out to kind of go check out this stranger that's invaded our body. Right. And it sort of takes a picture of it, but what it does is it attaches, it kind of figures out how to sort of neutralize it and remembers it. So then when we're exposed to that same thing again, our body remembers and we go, wait, that's that bad guy that made us really sick. Let's get him. And it can quickly develop more antibodies to attack it the next time it's exposed.
Wow, that's really interesting. So who would you recommend should have this treatment?
Well, so it's been around for a long time. Okay. We've used it for cancer treatments, arthritis, multiple sclerosis, things like that. And what it does is people, you know, so when we think about people who are sick, it needs to be at least less than 10 days from your first exposure or your COVID test. You have to not be on oxygen, be able to care for yourself at home, be greater than over 65, pregnant, chronic kidney disease, diabetes, things like that. Those are the people who we watch for. If you're immunosuppressant, have chronic lung disease, cardiovascular disease, or sickle cell. So people who are really sick, but not in the hospital. Those are the people who we look to target this particular type of treatment.
Okay, so just really anybody that has any underlying health conditions in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I actually hear about a lot of these reports about the treatment and that it's not the first time, just like you said, that it's been used. So that's really interesting there.
Right, yep, it's been around. However, so there are some things that people should know about this particular one. There's 3 different types of monoclonal infusions. They're all, they're not FDA approved. They are just like the shots, most of them, minus Pfizer. They are authorized for use under the emergency use authorization. So it's still kind of preliminary in treating this type of disease. And what it does is it targets specifically that particular antibody. So some of the things that can happen, you can have bruising and soreness and swelling. But more serious side effects is that it could interfere with your body's ability to fight off future COVID-19. And it could reduce your body's immune response to the COVID vaccine. So those are just some concerns. However, if you are high risk and it's like, look, I could be in the hospital on a ventilator, or I could get this treatment and maybe get sick, but not as sick next time, it's worth it, you know, and people say they feel tons better even the next day. So it is, it has its pros and cons.
Right, absolutely, like so many things that we're seeing rotated right now. So that's good to know and really good facts. So I know so many people have questions about that.
Right, absolutely, and we don't do it at the VA, but I know that Marshfield Clinic and Aspirus will do those monoclonal infusions. And again, you want to catch it kind of right away after you've been diagnosed.
Earlier the better, for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, that's really good to know. Thank you so much, Nurse Christina, for coming in and talking to us about that.
It's my pleasure.